How inclusive is this World Cup going to be?
Very inclusive. Everyone is welcome. We are not putting any restrictions on any nationality or anybody with respect to their gender, race, orientation, religion to attend this World Cup. Security is of the utmost importance, and we don't look at it in terms of race, religion, orientation. We look at it at the safety and the security of fan. Any fan is of the utmost importance and a priority.
Would you recommend that somebody from the LGBT community hides their sexuality when they come here?
Qatar is a conservative country, and Qatar is a modest country. A public display of affection is frowned upon in general. So what I would suggest is public display of affection is taken into consideration of Qatar being a conservative country. And I'm not saying public display of affection for any gender or any sexual orientation. I'm talking for everybody.
Is this an issue of perception, acceptance?
Isn't this at the heart of humanity? We make sure that everybody's comfortable and has a sense of a bit of their home here as well. And in return, we ask that people also recognize that we're a culture that has its own norms, and it's not a unique culture, and it's not a unique set of norms.
Do you think Qatar's had a fair ride in the press in terms of its publicity and the build-up to date?
Was Qatar treated unfairly? Yes, in my opinion, very much so. I believe that Qatar, A, has been judged by the court of perception very early on. It started off with the size, it started off with the weather, then there was the issues of corruption, then there was the issues of workers' welfare. I'm not saying that some things are fair and some things we recognize and some things we believe that were challenges that we needed to do something about. When it comes to workers' welfare, we raised our hand very early on and we said this is an area that is challenging and we know that there needs to be a lot of work. Nobody can deny today, not by us saying this, but by internationally recognized bodies, the amount of work that went into legislation and the amount of work that went to the improvement of workers' conditions, rights, have you know, in my opinion, are unprecedented, the speed of the way things have happened here.
There was that recent Amnesty report which says you've failed on the promises to tackle migrant worker exploitation. What is your response to that?
I don't agree one bit when they say we failed. One thing when it comes to changing laws and changing behaviors is that it takes a long time. It doesn't happen overnight. When it comes to the corruption, we've held ourselves at the highest regards during the bidding stage. After years and years and years and years of investigation, was it only put to arrest? And you still hear it sometimes in the press. And it's still, there's always that byline, awarded questionably or something of the sort. And that for us is unfair because we've been tried in the public court. We've been tried by the press. We've been tried by all people from all walks of life in the media. Then we had FIFA investigate. Then there was an investigation in the US that the FBI was involved in. Then there was an investigation by the Attorney General of Switzerland. I mean, you know what? Something I want to say to you is, at the core of the legal system in the West, innocent until proven guilty. We were not extended that. We were guilty and we had to keep proving our innocence over and over and over again.
Why?
That's a question I would ask you. I would ask people who would be watching this interview, why? Had it been another nation, would it be measured with the same yardstick?
How much of a surprise has it been?
I think we were expecting it. I don't think we were expecting the severity of it.
How do you change that?
I think we are. I think there's been a lot of time where some people have stepped back now and said, let's look at this objectively. I think things have started to change. Perceptions have started to change. A lot of the people who criticize, a lot of the journalists who are experts in the field, who have written countless of words on Qatar, have never even set foot here. And I always tell them, you need to come here. Write whatever you want to write. Criticize as much as you criticize. But have some credibility. Come here first.